Okay, so if everyone can introduce yourself real quick.
Okay, I'll start. My name
Okay.
is Reeves, and of course, I'm living in Trenton, New Jersey. I love it. I've been here like 45 years in one house, and I am retired from Hamilton Township, teaching music for 43 years, and I am now attending Temple University for music therapy for the end of life for children with cancer. And
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
so and I want to make them have a good quality of life while they're ending their life. So that's what I'm working on. Also working on, I just bought 2 houses in Camden, and I'm working on a warming house, one of them to be a warming house so that people will have a place to go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'm feeling my way for that. So that's just something new that just started within this month.
Wow.
That is
Oh,
awesome.
wow,
That's
Anna.
awesome.
That's awesome.
Yvette. Okay, so we're gonna go to Debbie.
Hi, I'm Debbie. I'm born and raised in the Trenton, Mercer County area all my life. I'm a single mother of 2. I do accounting work, and I'm finishing up an associate's degree in accounting. I have one more class to take, and I'm just enjoying life right now.
Yes.
Yes. And
Like to hear
Jerry.
that. We'd like to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, ladies. My name is Njeri. My friends call me NJ. Born and raised in Trenton, New Jersey. Lifelong Trentonian, although I would like to experience living somewhere else at least one good time. I have strong roots within Trenton, New Jersey. My grandmother, grandfather, both very prominent within the city. My grandmother did hair for over 40 years.
Yes.
She's not working anymore, but she's still cognizant and moving around. So I feel so blessed every time that I see her, that I come from her lineage. I'm a mom of 3, one adult. My oldest son is 27. I started Soul Food for Life and Living about 4 or 5 years ago, on behalf of my daughter, who I was trying to just really get her healthy, and it just completely turned into my lifestyle. So I sell all flavors of sea moss. I sell juice. One of the juices, this is kale apple ginger. This is also as a detox. I have carrot apple ginger. They both come in both sizes, small and the large. And then my oldest son, who lives in Philly, started selling juice as well, but he's not in Trenton. But he does a lifted lemonade where it has either
That's good.
CBD infused or THC infused. That's for the younger folk. But I'm very proud of him on that. So I brought some of his products down here to Trenton, and I've been selling them for him. And I'm just very passionate about health and wellness overall for everybody, young, mature, babies, everybody. You know, I truly, truly believe that based on where my daughter came from being very sick, and just to see her whole transition, God has really shown me through her that we really are what we eat. So I'm on a mission to share that with as many people as I can.
Amen. Amen. Yvette, can you hear us?
Yes, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Yvette Peart, and I was born in New York, but lived and raised in Trenton. I now reside in Willingboro. I am married. I have 3 biological children, and I have 3 children from my husband. So we have 6 adults. I'm not going to call them children anymore. They're adults.
Yeah.
And I work in the industry of research, clinical research, and I deal with a lot of mental health right now. And during this pandemic, basically, I had a travel, well, I still have my travel agency business, but during this pandemic, I decided to go back into doing Pamper Chef because my youngest daughter, well, she's my only daughter. She graduated from North Carolina Central. Woo, yay!
Yes.
She graduated, well, she was supposed to actually work on May 9th. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So, and when she came home, she just constantly asked, you know, Mom, how can I cook this? How can I cook that? How can I cook this? And then I thought about it. I said, you know, maybe I need to get my Pamper Chef business back up so that we can spend more time. So her, my husband, and I, we constantly cooking and just having that grand family time, which we other wouldn't have because we're always so busy. So this not only makes our life much easier, but we get to be with one another and not just sitting and watching TV. We can just have a good time, have good conversation. She's actually working. She came and started working immediately. She's driving FedEx trucks.
She better
Crazy.
go.
And she started weeks ago.
Yes.
So for the summer, she's taking classes, and then she's moving back to North Carolina to UNC. So I don't know. It's my internet is, but so pretty much just trying to work together with our young people and just keeping the family afloat. That's what I'm doing right now.
Yes. And then L Boogie. Welcome, welcome. We can't hear you.
She's on mute.
You're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. You know, again, congratulations, sis, for your 1-year anniversary.
Yes.
And all the ladies. Yes, that's a great honor to be here. I'm El Boogie, but my name is Lorna. But they call me El Boogie because El Boogie's in the building. Amen. I was born in England. I came over here in 1982. I've been here for about 38 years. I still have the accent because people like it.
Yeah.
But it fluctuates because I'm English, Jamaican, and American as well. Right? So I'm a mother of one. I have 2 stepchildren. Raised them from they were little to young adults, and that was a great thing. I am married also. I'm a motivational speaker. I like to encourage people because, in this day in society, people need to know that hope still exists, right? So, I try to encourage people that not to give up because, hope is still here. As long as you have hope and you believe that you can make it, you're gonna make it, right? So I'm one to pick you up when you're down. I'm not one to bash you when you're down. So that's a great thing. I'm also a domestic violence advocate for Women's Space. I've been a domestic violence advocate for about probably 8-9 years. So I service Trenton, the State Trooper Barracks, and I also Hamilton as well. I also am a paparazzi independent jewelry consultant. I'm wearing my jewelry today. Yes. Yeah, so, nice. And we sell $5 jewelry, nickel and lead free. So I'm sure people have seen people online doing FB lives. I'm not really like the live person. I'm like right in your face person, right? But and then also I'm also doing now I switched over to doing total life changes, which is the NutriBurst, the ISOT, so I'm doing that as well. And I started detoxing about 15 days ago, and I've lost probably about 7 pounds right now. And I've been working out for the last 26 days, and I'm so excited because,
Yes.
for me, it's not an overnight process. It's a slow process, and it's all about me and who I am and getting back, because now I have an empty nest. So I'm so grateful that God woke me up this morning so I could be here to be with you guys. Yes.
Right. Awesome.
Yes.
Amen.
That was great. Yes.
Okay, so what I ended up having to do was stop the Facebook Live because it wasn't picking up your audio, but I am recording it, so I'll upload it after.
Okay.
Okay.
So right now it's just us in the room.
Oh, okay.
So,
I told people, I sat down there, told people, come on and watch us live.
yeah, it won't pick up the voice for some reason.
Okay.
I'm not sure why, but I'll upload it later after, and then everybody will be able to view it. Okay.
Okay.
I just now caught that. I was like, wait a minute, I can hear you, but the people couldn't hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so just a little bit about High Tea. So High Tea was basically inspired from God to inspire me to help other women. I started finding myself throughout life in areas where, I just needed other women to uplift me and support me and just talk to. And a lot of times I just was, kind of like, because I'm a little introverted, so I kind of just found myself just trying to navigate through things by myself. And then I realized that, once you start surrounding yourself by positive people, they will help you to start thinking more positive, and then your outcome will be more positive and more fruitful. So I was inspired last year to help women in areas that they also may need help in. So that's what inspired High Tea. So it was more than just the tea, than the gossip. It was something inspirational and to help women just to walk in purpose. My foundational scripture is Proverbs 27:17. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens
another.
And I definitely believe that, as women, once we start helping each other, we start really just fixing each other's crowns so that we can just walk out what God intended us to actually walk into throughout our life. Okay. So 2020, each month is going to be the last Saturday of the month. Same vision, new themes, and new guests. And I'm definitely going to utilize social media to actually be a benchmark, because what I found out is that you can utilize social media to its advantage. So you don't just have to just like have a party in your house. You can actually begin to have Zoom parties, IG parties, and things like that to expand your audience. Okay. So today's topic, celebrating life after 40. So I want to celebrate life after 40, but then of course we cannot move forward and celebrate our life without talking about the pandemic at the end of the conversation, how it actually has affected all of us during this time. Okay. So a survey says that women 40 and older tend to be more confident and know what they actually like and need. So they become less dependent on others, less susceptible to actual criticism, and they have an increase in confidence and decisiveness, and also an increase in libido. So who knows? Okay,
Wow.
So ladies, this is a game that I want to play with you guys, okay? So we're gonna go around the room. So we're gonna start with Jerry, Debbie, Anna, and then Yvette and El Boogie. Looks like Diana is coming on also. So I'll just wait a couple seconds.
I'll bring down Wilson Fisk. First, you're a paralegal, then a journalist. Do you say you have a tendency to get social?
Diana?
Depends on what you mean.
Diane?
Frank Castle, for instance. You report a physical offense to you.
Okay, I'm gonna have to remove this person because, you know, you gotta be careful because people. Okay, so game time, ladies. It's called In the Moment. So I will say a word and you give me the 1 word or 2 word response that actually comes to your mind, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
So we're gonna start with N Jerry, then Debbie, Anna, Yvette, and then L Boogie, okay?
Uh-oh.
Sexiness and sensuality.
Sexiness and sensuality.
Yes.
The first thing that I think of is confident woman.
Good. Debbie?
Piggybacking off her, confidence was my thing too, but also just loving yourself.
Okay. Anna?
I was saying me.
She said me.
I would say knowing who you are.
Okay. And then L Boogie?
I would say passionate and I'd say passionate about life and as well as being sensual in herself.
Okay. Cocktails, ladies. That's the next
Cocktails.
word. Cocktails. Girls' night. First word that comes to your mind. Cocktails and girls' night.
When you say cocktails and girls' night,
Yes.
I would say I'm due for one.
Yes, honey.
Yes.
Both of them. A girls' night and a cocktail.
Yes. Yes. I would say Moscato, Tito's on a bad night. And definitely due for a girls' night out.
Yep.
I would think of your ambiance, more or less. Not just your drink, but it's the, like right now, because we're in a pandemic, it's the go to your backyard, have your drink, have your fire going, and just a nice atmosphere.
Good, nice, nice. Anna?
Well, I will go for the girls' night out, but truthfully, I never had a cocktail.
Okay, that's fine. Yvette?
I'm sorry, my thing went out, so I didn't even hear the question.
I said cocktails and girls' night out. Your first thoughts?
A good time. Just having a ball.
Yeah.
Having a ball, just letting your hair down, having fun.
Yes. And L Boogie?
Cocktails comes to mind is pina coladas with some cherries and pineapple and orange on the sides, or sex on the beach.
Okay, she doesn't
right now.
right. And a girls' night out would be just us actually going to going out to. First, I would start off with getting our pedicures and our nails done, and then hit the town because we can't go looking all funky, so we have to look, fresh. So we have to get that done first.
Yes. And how are you guys making out with that during this pandemic? I'm like, I need my eyebrows done. So,
girl,
it's your do-it-yourself year. Do it yourself. Learn how to do it yourself.
Yep.
And I'm just going natural.
Yeah.
So next one, dating and date nights for those. So what's your idea of a great date night, ladies?
Same order, or it doesn't matter?
What did you say, Debbie?
I said the same order, or it doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter.
My views on dating are a little bit different than what most people do, but I think a good date can be anything you make it. Just don't take me to the movies.
Well, definitely not a movie.
Not the movies. Don't take me to the movies, because everybody want to do a first date and go to the movies. No, don't take me to the movies. You can't talk in the movies.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. That's number one. No talking.
And I don't like to go to movies with people anyway because they tend to talk. And I'm like, I can't even hear the movie. So dating, married ladies, what's your idea of dating, a great date night?
Well, for me, I think a date night would be like cooking the favorite dinner. When they come home, setting having the bathtub ready, so we get them like relaxed and everything. Nice massage oils, dinner.
Mhm.
The rest is history. I mean, you got to spice it up in life because, nobody wants to sit down there and come home to something that's always drippy and boring. And especially in this pandemic, people actually have had to begin to like each other all over again.
Yeah.
So sorry,
Right.
that was my thing slipped. So people have actually had to like each other all over again because now they're actually in the same space unless you're actually going to work and your spouse is home or you're both essential workers. But if you're not, you've actually had to learn to actually like your spouse or your partner all over again. Or it's now creating divorces because of the fact people don't like each other in this pandemic. So it's one or the other. But for me, a great date night would be making sure that we're into each other and, we're just doing for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yvette?
Yeah, so right now, because we always had date night. So right now, the date night is the backyard, like Debbie said, have your fire in your gazebo, your music. We have our music outside and we just chill, whether we eat. Either my husband may bring something home or again, the cooking, and he tries not to have me cooking because of it being a date night. So he feels like, you should not be working. We should be just enjoying ourselves and, just talking and chilling and laughing, acting silly, and just enjoying one another. That's it.
Yes. Anna?
Okay, so my husband, when we did go out on dates, he likes to go out, and I was glad of that. The only thing I didn't like about him, he was always bragging, like, "Look at my wife." It would be strangers, and I would say, "Would you please be quiet?" And
That's awesome.
I think
yeah,
that's
it
beautiful.
was, so I really missed that part.
Yeah.
But and he would like to go to shows, but not close to the house. He wanted like to drive, and then we would drive and we would talk about everything that we could think of. I have 4 boys, and we would talk about that. And then, of course, he sometimes likes a little nip there, and then he would come home and okay, imagination. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And Jerry?
Date night and dating, anything by the water. I love to eat out. I love to eat outside. Um, I just like the whole ambiance of it, sitting near the water or a restaurant near the water or eating outside. I love to, because I'm always in the kitchen, I love when my honey cooks for me. You know what I mean? He'll just, sit down, let me cook. Sometimes he'll cook all weekend, which is a blessing. So
That is good.
it's really the small stuff, that I appreciate. The thought that goes into cooking a meal or the thought that goes into planning something. So just when they do the small things and like put effort into it, I'm grateful for that.
Yep. I definitely enjoy just a night grilling right about now.
Yep.
And have some music and just have fun with each other and just, just nothing really, planned out, just enjoying each other's company.
Yep.
And we just dance, and I don't even know how to dance. I got 2 left feet, but
Aww.
we just have a ball together and laugh and everything. And then we're just like, okay, we're done.
Right.
So I actually enjoyed during this pandemic is getting dressed up,
Right.
Kenny,
That's
he's
nice.
like, what are you getting dressed up for? But sometimes I need to feel normal,
Yes.
Right.
like a normal night out. And I don't think it's anything wrong with, getting dressed, getting cute, and then showing up or coming down the steps, whatever you do, and then enjoying that night.
Yep.
Right.
So next one, ladies, is what's your fashion sense, ladies? First word that comes when you talk about fashion.
Classy.
Classy, yes.
Yes, I like that. Class.
Yeah, everything is not for everybody.
Right.
She took the words out of my mouth.
Like the things that we see nowadays is like, because I'm a big girl, right? So, and my gluteus maximus is in the front and I'm trying to get it to the back right now. So I'm working on it. No, I gotta tell the truth and shame the devil. Wait. So it's like I gotta move it. But right now, so there's certain things I'm not going to wear. So even when people see me, they have to see a classiness about me. I mean, because I don't want to have my belly hanging over my pants because at times it can. But I got the right girdles and all that stuff putting on. But I have to be classy because I think classy. When you have a classy woman and you see her walk through a door, that's the first thing everybody looks at, like, who is this person?
Yep.
Because she's coming through the door looking like nobody else. Because nowadays it's like, what's hanging out, what's hanging off.
Right.
No, I ain't got time for all that, especially at the age I'm at, right? So yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I really despise the muffin top. And so I try to avoid those pants that cause that. But I like to really look nice and neat. And I do like eyes to room and say, she looks really, really good. And of course, sometimes they want to throw that age in there and say, don't you dare, because I'm all that.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And a bag of potato chips.
Yes.
I love anything lacy. I'm really into, especially when I do get dressed. My favorite is lace. So anything lacy, frilly, girly.
Yeah.
I'm so into all of that because losing so much weight in a year, I remember just always being covered up all the time, and I would like hide and buy these big clothes, and I hated it. You know what I mean? Like mentally, it was like bothering me. Like I hated the fact that I was just always in sweats all the time. So now that I'm coming back into myself, any chance that I get, I'm with lace or something. Like she was saying, classy, sexy, feminine. I just really, really want to walk more into being more feminine. So that's for me.
Can you share how much weight you lost?
Say again?
Can you share how much weight you lost?
I lost 22 pounds.
Wow.
Wow, nice.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
It was either that or get knee surgery. So I had to lose 20.
Yeah, and I'm fighting now with the knees.
Yeah, they said for every pound that you're overweight, that's 8 pounds on your knees.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Every pound is 8 pounds on your knees.
Debbie?
Yeah, sometimes I have to mute myself because of I live in a busy area.
Okay.
So it's a lot of trucks and stuff going by. So I have to, okay, what was it again?
What's
Fashion.
your style when you talk about style and fashion?
I'm going to piggyback off of what El Boogie said about, everything is not for everyone. And age has nothing to do with how you dress. Just be comfortable in your dress.
Yeah.
If you have on something that every time you get up, you got to pull it down and you always, pulling at it and adjusting it, maybe it's not for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So just be comfortable and confident in what you wear.
Yes.
Because you have to like it more than anything else.
Yeah, I think with me, I had to grow into patterns because at one time I just was solid. And one of my girlfriends was like, in your closet, you have nothing with patterns. And it was because I did not know how to wear patterns, one, and I thought it made me actually look bigger. And then once I just embraced patterns, I just love just colorful things and mixing stuff up. And I just stopped caring what people actually thought. And as long as I felt like I looked good in it and it was fabulous. And like El Boogie, she's with Ashley Stewart. She's an ambassador with Ashley Stewart. And I love that store. And I'll go in and I'll see patterns. And I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't even look like goes together. But it does. And somehow, I'll just put that on. And, I had to really embrace patterns and colorful things, because I was always a colorful person, and now I just throw patterns in there, and I might look like Skittles, but oh well.
As long as you're happy with it.
Love.
Exactly. Especially in the summertime, I think it's wonderful to embrace colors. Like wearing black the whole summer, no, you won't catch me in black in the summer. Yep. Okay, ladies, so let's move into, did I get everybody with this one?
Probably not me.
Yvette, yes.
I love fashion. I love bling. I love different. So I support a lot of Black businesses, women and men that have boutiques, because I don't like to walk around with what everybody else has on, and I like it to be a little different. But if I do wear, I don't care if I'm wearing leggings or, you know, sweatsuit or whatever, like El Boogie said, it has to be classy. I just can't go around looking like anything.
Right.
Yes.
So, and it's not what people think, it's what I think. So if I feel I look good, I'm gonna wear it. And if I don't look right, I would hope my sisters would fix my crown and say, sis, I'm looking at you. Can you fix that? So, and we don't do that enough. We tend to baby people and not tell them the truth. And I think that we need to stop that.
Yep.
But I also think that you need to be able to receive it as well, because a lot of people will say, oh, you're hating on each other, but that's not the case. If you see your sister and she's not looking great, you know, just, you know, tell her to the side, and if she takes it, she takes it. If she doesn't, at least you did your part.
Yeah. And what I've learned is that you don't tell people in the moment, right? Because I recall my mother telling me and my girlfriend, we were on our way out, and my mom, you know, as she ages, she holds nothing back. And she said to us, she said, well, we can tell what you guys been doing the whole year. And I said, wow. So she meant the weight thing, like, because she was like, you guys look like your butts is busting out of your clothes.
Wow.
And so I was like, Mom, you can't say that in the moment when people think they're cute walking out the door. You have to say it later, like after, you know.
Well, I had a woman, an older lady. This was last year sometime. I think I was at the mall somewhere in one of the stores, and an older woman walked up to me and she said, "Honey, you're so cute in the face, but that gut was which one of y'all said something about the stuff spilling over?"
I did.
Yeah, I had on some jeans and I had on like a fitted top. And, you know, I was just like, you know, the heck with it. I'm gonna just go. But the lady pulled up. She said, "You cute, but your stomach, honey." She said, "Back in my day, we didn't do all that." So I had to like. She was laughing with me as she was saying it and like rubbing me so I wouldn't get upset. But like it threw me aback a little bit, but I know she was saying it out of love. Like she was somebody's grandmother, and I'm like, I ain't gonna take it to heart.
Yeah.
But
I had a mother in the church tell me to wear Spanx under my sundress.
Yeah.
Like, she pulled me to the side because I really wasn't like thinking like, okay, I mean, I had on underwear, but she was like, you gotta look at El Boogie. She was like, you gotta, you know, as a bigger woman, you have to contain yourself, you know, especially, you know, when you're coming into church.
But we do. We should be. If you know we got a little something extra, let's wear it smoother.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's okay. We all don't need to see all of everybody's stuff.
Yeah. Right.
We want to be neat. And like El Boogie said, classy.
Classy.
We're ladies. We want to be classy. We want to teach our young girls, you're a lady. Let's be classy. You can be sexy, but keep it classy.
Yeah.
Right. But even what NJ said about the woman said back in years ago, we didn't dress this way. We always made sure when we walked out the house, we carried ourselves in a certain manner.
Yeah,
and today it seems like we just don't care anymore.
Yeah, because
pajama pants and everything else. No, it's not. It's really not acceptable, even though they're accepting it. Just
Mhm.
because that's what they do don't mean we have to do it.
That's right.
And bonnets, that's a no-no.
Oh,
Go in our house, oh no. Ooh, I can't.
I'm like, get those decorative hair scarves. I don't know. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, if you want to wrap it up, we'll get you an African scarf and wrap your
Yes.
head. But
Yes.
this bonnet
Not-
thing,
Yeah, not the greasy bonnet. No.
no, not your bedtime bonnet. No.
Right.
I know. And that's something I learned from one of my pastors, that when we went on church trips, it was like, you can have your scarf on while you're on the bus, but as soon as you step your foot off that bus, you better not
Take it
have no
off.
scarf on your head. It was not allowed.
Mm.
And so now to come out with rollers in your hair, your scarf on, and all that stuff.
No.
But you know, back in the day when I was growing up, they used to say, "You're not representing yourself. You're representing me and the last name I gave you." So when you go outside, you know, I don't care how you go outside, you better go outside correct, because especially if they weren't home and the neighbor saw you, because I grew up in I grew up in those times where the neighborhood grew you up too.
Yes.
So, you know, they knew you was Mr. So-and-so's kid or
Yep.
Sister so-and-so's kid. So when you went outside, if you was doing something that was just not appropriate and they knew your parents, you couldn't wear half that stuff outside. And, you know, I remember one time, you know, I called myself coming over here in America. And, you know, I was a tomboy growing up, but then, you know, I wanted to feel myself. And they used to have me wear certain things going out the house, right? So I was like, I saw, you know, I called this little boy I used to like. He's from England as well, right? So I called myself getting an extra change of clothes, right? And going to school. So when I go to school now, I change into the clothes I want to wear. So I actually was let out of school early for some reason. And my stepmother was coming. She came home early. She never comes home early, right? Called me in my other outfit.
Yeah.
Which hell. And that when they tell you, wait till your father get home. Oh God. Yeah. So after
I
that,
never did that, but I did used to take my sister clothes all the time. Wear her clothes. 'Cause her clothes, she had more fashion sense than I did.
You're talking about that, you know, I did that too. I think I'm a little bit older than some of you. They had those hot pants out, and my grandma said, "Oh no, you're not allowed to wear those." But I did get them, and when I carried them in the bag, and I go somewhere and change and put them on.
Exactly. I think we all had to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so today let's talk about some of the topics. Our first topic is love, dating, marriage, and singleness. How'd you actually cope with your singleness in your 40s? Did you get married in your 40s? And how are you doing with dating if you're not actually at that stage yet where you're married? So Yvette, if you can touch on married life, that would be great for married life
So
after 40s.
yeah, so I did get married after 40, and you kind of know what you want and not gonna tolerate. And so my husband had all of those things, and he reminded me so much of my father. And then just looking at his father and how he took care of his mother, I was like, yeah, this is the one. Like he was ultimate, because I said, you know, I told the Lord, when I get married, I'm getting married one time and one time only. And if I don't, I'm okay with that, because I was actually content in my singleness. I was content with not being married. And a lot of times we say what we want, but God always gives you what you need. At first I was like, I don't know about this, you know, because, you know, being single so long, you're so independent. So it's a lot of times he has to say to me, Yvette, I'm here. Yvette, I'm here. Remember, I'm here. Because we're so used to doing everything as a strong Black woman, raising your children. If you were single and you had children, you know, and for someone to come in and try to tell you certain things, you're like, hold up.
Exactly.
So, you know, a lot of times he has to, you know, let me know, I'm here, I got this, I got you. So I had to just learn to sit back and let him lead. And, you know, and it's not like I follow, but I'm beside him, and, you know, I'm able to follow him if I have
Right.
to. And I felt comfortable with allowing me, you know, being the head of our house. So I enjoy marriage. I really do. I enjoy it. And I know marriage is a ministry. It has to be. And, you know, God just has to be in it. You can't do anything without God being the head in that marriage. You just, it won't work. It won't work.
Definitely, definitely. Now, Boogie.
Well, when it comes to marriage, you know, I like the sanctity of marriage. I think marriage is something that is, you know, beautiful when it's, you know, two people are, you know, have come together, you know, as Yvette talked about, you know, just, you know, it was like, is this the person? I was determined to get my guy. So I was like, so, you know, my husband. So it was like, yeah, I got him. And, you know, but I knew him first. He was like, I've known my husband for about 19 years. So, and we've been married for 9. So,
Beautiful.
you know, we went through ups and downs. We've gone through trials, tribulations, and everything. And, you know, we've gone through sickness and in health. And he's been there through sickness and in health, you know. And it's, you know, it's just something that I think, you know, is beautiful when two people have the same commonalities, the same, you know, things that they're going towards their goals. So right now, actually, right now he's on a new venture. So he's a cameraman now. He does web series now. So, you know, in this pandemic, he's actually been able to recreate and reinvent himself. So he's actually down in Minneapolis, actually doing filming with drones and stuff. So, you know, I'm proud of who he is and who he's now, you know, shaping up. Because sometimes, you know, people, you know, life throws, you know, curveballs, but then you come back and you hit a home run. And I think he's in his lane of this home run of his life now. So I think for him, it's a beautiful thing. And marriage is a beautiful thing to me. I think, you know, if I ever leave this, if this one is over, I think I do it again, just because I like the sanctity of, you know, waking up next to somebody every day and being able to, you know, hold somebody and have somebody hold you and go to sleep at night, you know. So I think that's a beautiful thing.
That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And dating.
Woo, child. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not.
No, you can say it. You can say
No,
it.
I know. I'm not gonna. I'm not going to put a negative spin on, you know, nothing that I've been through, because I'm old enough to know that anything that has happened to me has always advanced me for my good.
Yeah.
So I'm not on no pity, you know, party or anything, but I had a really, really traumatic relationship a few years ago, and I honestly can say today that had I not been through that, I wouldn't have been able to identify and accept the good man that I have in my life now. Like, I honest to God, you know, because my blinders was on. Like, when you don't grow up with a good example of what a husband should be. I knew what, you know, my caretaker, my grandfather, my dad, but a husband. Like, I never saw that positive example. So I was just out here feeling, you know.
Yeah.
So like, to what Yvette said, like, my mate now, he's like had to tell me, like, listen, you have to let me lead. I know you're used to being this strong, independent woman, taking care of you, paying all your bills and everything, but like, you gotta let me be a man. Like, stop trying to do everything. So it's really been, this year has really been a learning process for me, and I'm just really learning to number one, accept and understand that there are good men out here. There really are. And, you know, not every man is flawed. Not every man is just out here just being negative. You know what I mean? So it's been a great experience between him and I, and it's really the first relationship in my, even on 46, that I have been in where this man, his actions match his words.
Yep.
Right.
It's not just empty words. He says it, he does it, and I can count on that. So I'm grateful. I really am. I'm grateful, and we're having fun.
And that's the most important thing, I think, having fun in relationships.
Yep.
And not losing that in the midst of it, where you just become so comfortable with each other that you just basically are just there and going
Yes.
through the motions. I think the biggest thing that I had to learn was that to just not make demands of people, but just set a standard. And just say, you know, we're either going to be this or we're not going to be nothing.
Yes.
And then just making, you know, making the person live up to the expectations that they said that they could actually deliver, and having those real conversations. Like, I think I told Kenny, I said, you know, I'm not going to be in a relationship where I have to walk on eggshells with anybody, because I've done that. Where, you know, I was just so afraid of the person leaving me or breaking up with me that I just walked around on eggshells, and I wasn't who I am for real with them.
Wow.
I always kind of hid a part of me because I was afraid of giving too much and then them not accepting it. So I said, you know, and then I said, we just have to have those real conversations. Like, we're going to make each other upset. We're going to, you know, not do everything that each other like. And we just have to be real with each other. Like, if you need your space, you need your space.
Yes.
If you want to say, you know what, you need to go home, and I'll go home. And then it has been times where I'll just say, you know what, I'm good. I'm relaxing. I'm having JERAIN time.
Yes. Yes.
And just, you know, and him just really just accepting it, and vice versa. Okay. Debbie?
First, let's see, kind of piggybacking with when Yvette started about, you get to a point, especially over 40, where you you know what you will and will not tolerate, and what you want and what you don't want. So when I was the year I was turning 40, I had been in a very long on again, off again relationship. It seemed like I just woke up one day and was like, you know what, I'm not doing this no more.
Right.
Walked away, and they never looked back.
Yeah.
But it has been 40. 40s is like the beginning of your best life, because you really like, you're so confident with yourself. What you talk about confidence all the time. You get to a confidence level where you know what you will and what will not do, and what you will and will not tolerate, and that's all to it. And like I said earlier about my dating is a little bit different. So because of, I spent my younger life in this relationship for so long, now dating for me is like, who said dating was you just got to date one person? Dating is when you just getting to know someone.
Right.
So why not date multiple people? Because they do it all the time. Whether we know they're doing it, they do it all the time. So why can't we do it? Date multiple people, because then my feeling is what happens is the one that you're drawn to the most will be the one you'll spend the most time with, and everyone else will fall by the wayside.
Right.
Yep. Yeah.
So instead of us dating one person, and you done spent 2-3 years dating one person to find out eventually, like, you know what, why am I wasting my time with this person? You just wasted 3 years dealing with one person. But if you dating multiple people, you know, like I said, the one you're drawn to is going to be the one you spend the most time with, and everybody else is going to fall by the wayside.
Yeah.
So, and that's where I am. So I'm just enjoying dating right now. Dating is fun.
Yes.
It is not, it's not work. It's not,
right.
Oh, why we got to go through this. We put too much into it. We meet a guy and we jump right to, could he be the one? You don't even know him yet. Get to know him. That's what dating is all about.
Right.
So dating is fun, and just keep it fun and keep it light until it gets to the point where we need to have other conversations of where is this going.
Exactly.
So yes, I'm loving life right now.
Right, right.
Yes. And to be real, you know, sometimes we deal with that loss of marriage, that loss of love. So Anna, if you can, you know, enlighten us and let us know how'd you handle, you know, the loss, the marriage part and the loss part to help the women out there.
Well, I've been married like about 45 years. And
Jesus.
yeah. And he's been sick a long time. And so, you know, like I just stood by him, you know, while he was there. And but he still tried to do everything he could. I mean, he would not give up. I mean, it would look a mess, but he would not give up. He would try, you know, like, and of course we always had somebody come in after him, and of course he would say, who is this coming and messing with my work? And so, you know, that was kind of funny. We laughed about that and stuff, but you know, like, yeah, it's it's bittersweet. That's what I could say. And you miss his company, you miss his jokes. He was a jokester till the very end, you know. And so I guess the last thing he would tell me is like, when I go, just leave all the money in the coffin. And I say, yeah, I'll write you a check and I'll keep the money. But,
Right.
I mean, these are the kind of jokes that we have. But now that I must share this with you is that I'm a little bit more older than 40, and I'm kind of like in the latter end of life, you know, like it's divided. I divided up into like quarters, and so 67, I would say, yeah. You just have to be aware of who's coming towards you now, like, you know, like people taking advantage of you, you know, or people trying to say, oh yeah, she looked frustrated and lonely, you know, but no, you know, like, so you just have to be watchful after that passes, because younger guys will try to do that, and they will try to get a notch on their belt.
Right.
They will try to see how much you can give them. And
Yeah.
so you just have to be prayerful. And but there are people out there that eventually I'll get with. I'm sure. You know, I'm sure. I'm more than positive.
I'm sure you will. God will send you someone else.
Yes, yes.
And to me, I think like
As what the one that's with the clothes, what's her name? I forgot her name. Which MT, is it? ML?
El Boogie.
oh,
LB.
Okay. And she says that no one wants to be by themselves, because when your husband passed away, then, you know, hopefully there will be another one, a body, you know, or a confidant, somebody that you can, you know, depend on. Right now, I'm dependent on my boys, and that's not quite the same.
exactly. I think companionship is the biggest thing. You know, after a certain age, you're just, you know, you just need somebody to do life with, as I call it, you know,
Right.
and have fun with and do like things that you have in common. And you move away from just the person that you look at for, okay, a good time, as they call it. I'm gonna be clean about it, a good time. And you start to look for someone that you have some compatibility with and that you guys can grow older with and just enjoy life, okay?
Can
Yeah.
I speak on one thing that Anna talked about? Because
Yeah.
I've been experiencing this a lot about the younger men. So I want to put a warning out there to all the older women. Yes, these younger men are out here for whatever reason. Oh, they give you that. I've always liked older women. I don't know whether they're looking for a mother, if they're looking for somebody to finance their life.
Yes,
or whatever the
that's
case.
what they're looking for.
But
Yeah.
honestly, it seems like every time I go out, these men should be dating my daughters, and they are out there after us.
Sugar mama.
But you know what it is?
Out there. And I told the first guy, I was so shocked. I told him, I was like, if you're looking for a sugar mama, I am not the one.
Exactly.
Well,
So
you know
yes,
what?
be very careful of them. Don't be so flattered by it. Just be cautious with those younger ones.
Definitely.
But not only that, you know what it is that black don't crack. Look at y'all. Y'all don't look y'all 80s.
Right.
No, I'm
It don't.
52 this year. I don't look like I'm going to be 52. And
Wow.
I'm proud of exactly how I look. Anna don't look like she's 67. Girl, bye. Look,
Yeah,
that's
y'all look good.
why they after you, because our older generation looks older. Our younger generation looks at how we supposed to look in
Mhm.
our ages now. And we
You're
look
right
like,
about that.
we look the way they looking.
Mhm.
Black don't crack. So you better sit down there and break
Exactly.
and be
Exactly.
yes, honey, and keep it moving.
Exactly.
But
I
we
accept.
realize that we do age. We do age, and as we age, that young man moves up, and you know, men are very visual. They like
Mhm.
beautiful things, and
Mhm.
we do age now, and so they start. The younger man starts going other places. So
Mhm.
yeah, we do have to be careful.
Look
Yeah.
good, Anna.
I thank God for my husband because he loves me with these flaws and alls.
I hear you.
Exactly.
Yes, man,
That's what I
I
meant.
don't think I could be dating right now.
Yvette, you give us
It's
all,
bad.
Yvette, you give every woman over 40 hope that there's still a man out there for
It
her
is.
husband.
And
Yeah.
we just have to be patient
There you go.
and not accept what comes our way. Oh, don't get me wrong. Marriage is not easy. We all are our own individual people and it's work. But I'm telling you, because I know I'm a piece of work and my husband got his hands full. God put the right one in place because he can handle my mess.
Yeah.
He can handle it. So
Amen.
he ain't going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere.
Exactly. I think
As
once
long as God is in, I'm not going nowhere.
Mhm.
you find somebody that can handle all of you, you like, I know I'm good right here. I don't need to go no place.
No, I'm okay.
Okay, ladies. So we're gonna move into career changes after 40, challenges, and then entrepreneurship. So Jerry, if you can talk to us about your career change after 40, and then Yvette also.
Absolutely. This is going to be the last question, and I'm going to be able to take. I have to leave out now.
Okay.
Some people. I have some people waiting on me. I did not expect to be into health and wellness. Like, this was not planned at all. This was not something that I was just like, oh, one day I'm gonna go to Honduras and I'm gonna do all this stuff with all this food. Like, my mind was on working, just being stable. But when my daughter got sick, you know, as a parent, your main focus is to make sure that the kids are okay. And when she just kept getting sick and kept getting sick, I said, I have to do something to help my baby. You know, she's very high yellow. So when her eczema and her health started to deteriorate, it was showing her skin. So she would like break out and get like these patches, and she was ashamed to show her arms and ashamed to show her neck. And it was a tough year. It was a tough 2 years for us. So that's what pushed me and made me want to find out more about health and wellness. Like, I had no idea that my life would go in this direction at all, but I'm loving it. I love facts. Number one, I'm a research geek, so I love to research. I use my own products on myself and my family members first before I put them out and let other people know about it. So that whole research part I really love, and sharing information I really love too. Anytime I learn something, and you know, you guys are friends with me on Facebook, I'm always sharing facts that I've not only read, but things that I've implemented into my own life. So it wasn't planned for me at all. But I'm, like I said, I'm loving every minute of it. I'm, you know, impatiently waiting to see, because God is just moving. I mean, God is really, really moving, and I'm excited to see where it's going to go over the next 5 years, especially with our health and wellness is being at the top of everybody's concern now with this whole pandemic.
Exactly. Your immune system, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yep. With everybody wanting to keep their immune system in place. And, you know, before I forget to say this, I just want to encourage everybody here and share with your family and friends. Please share with your family to eat more live foods. I'm not a vegetarian. I still eat fish. But the more live foods we get in us, the healthier our immune systems become. You know, I like, you know, people say, oh, well, you always talking about fruits and vegetables. Yes, because it's a live food. It's a lot. How can that not benefit your body to be eating fresh apples and oranges and fruits and vegetables? It's living. It's a living organism. So of course, when you ingest it, it's going to help your body to thrive. You know,
And
so
Jerry, I hear so much about different ways of cleaning your fruits this time, especially during the pandemic. Can you touch on that? Because I just use vinegar.
Vinegar is good.
Okay.
Vinegar is good. I use baking soda and water. I clean my fruits, my fresh fruits in that. Or you can get something called peppermint soap. One of my Jamaican friends turned me on to that a few years ago. They sell it at Walgreens, Walmart, or you can order it right from off Amazon. It's great for leafy vegetables. So if you're a kale, collard green, broccoli eater, those vegetables with the tight grooves in it, you put like just a little squirt of the peppermint soap in your whatever you washing your stuff in, and once you rinse it, you'll actually see the film in the sink or in the bowl for where you're washing it at. So those are the three things that I use: the vinegar, baking soda, or peppermint soap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, ladies, so much. I so appreciate you guys. Please look me up on Facebook. I'm on there under NJ Grubbs, and I'm also on Instagram for all you IG users as NJ Season.
Yes, thank you. Yvette.
Thank you, ladies.
Bye.
Bye-bye, honey.
Bye. I'm calling you when I get to Trenton.
Okay, honey.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Okay, so I actually haven't made a career change. I still have my full-time job as I work in clinical research, as I told you earlier, with a lot of schizophrenia, dementia, Alzheimer's, and like Jerry was talking about, a lot of those issues and all our mental issues that people are having have a lot to do with, you know, being healthy eaters as well. But in turn, I went into my Pamper Chef business. I can show my little Pamper Chef, because Pamper Chef have a lot of products that are good, and you're not like frying your food. It's a lot of healthy way of cooking. They have a lot of great recipes for people who don't cook. So I decided to just take on that business, especially during now, just to try to eat more healthy, especially during the season. And we're saying, you were talking, JERAIN, you brought up about fruits, and I've been seeing videos where bugs been coming out of fruits and things like that. So we just have to be very careful. And people complain about the cost of things, but what is your health worth? What is that really worth to you? Is it, I want to go and get some bagged fish. Is that fish really healthy? Do you know what type of fish that really is? Is that a man-made fish, or is that real? So we just have to just know what we're doing. So, like Jerry said, read and research everything. I mean, even when you go to the doctor and the doctor prescribe you medicine, research that medicine and see what it really does. See if it's going to really help you or if it's going to cause some other issues, because a lot of times it can cause issues. But yeah, just I'm like I said, I'm still working. I just like to do other things. I like to help people. I love people, so I want to help them, and I'm helping myself because I'm learning along with me doing the different things. We're not traveling much anymore, but we love to go, don't we, Debbie?
Yes.
We love to go, but you know, this day and age, we just have to be careful in everything that we're doing, and just love one another. And, you know, like we said in the beginning, fix our crowns. Every woman, let's fix our crowns. And it's not a competition. It's about us loving ourselves and loving one another, and being genuine, and being who you really are, and being genuine to each other.
Definitely. Ladies, join in. What about the challenges that you face with career changes, entrepreneurship, and other opportunities regarding employment?
Okay, so I am retired, but before I retired, I made a plan. I planned that I'm retired. I'm not going to sit. I am going to apply myself to something. And since I was already in music, I found out that I would like to do music therapy. So that's why right now, I had already planned that I was going to go somewhere. And I said, Lord, I need a place to go. And I said, and the only place I know is music, is Temple University. So if that's your will, let it be so.
Right.
And guess what? It was so.
Yeah.
So I'm there. And of course, like I said, it's about quality of life at the end of life for little ones. Also hospice if necessary. And that's what I'm working on. And of course, I said I want a warming house, and that means to bring people in when they don't have a place to go at that time. I don't know how that's going to work. I'm working on that right now. And I did get 2 houses in Camden, and that's where I'm from, Camden, New Jersey. So I'm just working on those houses, and I'm going to see what happens. Camden, right across from Temple, right? Like 15 minutes away. So that's where I am.
I think that's so awesome that you're just doing something that gives back, especially with kids. And music therapy, I didn't know a lot about it. And I think when you talked about it in class one time, I was like, wow, okay. So that is something that can definitely be a benefit for, you know, adults and small children, but definitely small children.
Well, you know, even though you work with the small children, you also work with the family, because they come to the realization that their child is going to pass sooner or later. And you work with the siblings also. So that's a big thing. And I know that it takes a toll, but you know what? God gives you what you need in order to do what you need to do to fulfill his purpose. And so right now, you know, that's.
Amen. L Boogie.
Well, I'm an essential worker, so I still work for state of New Jersey as a disability. I deal with disability claims. I lost my slipper, I'm sorry. So I've been doing that. But outside of that, I'm also a paparazzi jewelry consultant. And I kind of got lackadaisical because, I go in selling, because I'm not one of them people that's like on Facebook, hi, but what I realize is I have to reinvent myself to get my business out there, because I'm one to be out. Like when I'm at work, everybody comes to me like, do you see my neck? There's nothing on it. I need a piece of jewelry. So I'm like, well, I look like my bad, I'm the jewelry lady. So they come and buy jewelry from me. So I never used to have to. And then I used to go outside, prior to COVID virus, and set my my little store and sell outside. So that was me, because I like the interaction of people. Like, I just love it. And then I was like, well, you know what? I'm home. I gained this weight, and I was like I said, my gluteus maximus is in the front, and I've got to move it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start doing a detox program. I had heard about, so I'd sell jewelry, and I was like, you know what? I'm lackadaisical on that. Let me try something else. So I don't know if you guys know Juju from Love and Hip Hop. Have you ever heard of her, Juju, from Love and Hip Hop?
No.
New York, Juju. Well, anyway, so she's from Love and Hip Hop, New York. So I actually joined her team on Instagram, and because she got a body and a half, mate.
Now,
So
Boogie, your mic, like you were talking into your microphone and then it like got lower.
okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry. So what I was saying is I joined her team because when I saw she actually is, I'm not only just a person who sells the Total Life Changes, the NutriBurst, which is these are the products, NutriBurst product, the NRG, the tablets, energy tablets, and the resolution drops, and the ISO T.
I actually do the ISO T.
Yeah. So, and so when I was starting to sell this, I was like, well, I said, you know what? Before I sell it, I want to I want to take it and see if it works, because I don't want to turn around and sell something that people are like, well, do you know if it works? And I'm like, yeah. So I started detoxing because I started working out with my daughter. I was like to my daughter, because I couldn't work out for nothing. Girl, bye. Like, look, no, seriously, girl, bye. Like, food was my, lifting up the fork, and that was my exercise. That was it. But when I sat down and I talked to my sister turns 50 this year, and we said, we're going to meet up and we're going to have a whole sister trip, whatever, but we got to look good. So my sister's in England and my daughter is in North Carolina. And they were like, well, let's start working out together. Well, because I'm working from home, but I go into work like once or twice for the week. I'm so, okay, so let's start. So we WhatsApp every day from 12 o'clock to 12:30 and work out.
And how are you guys doing that during this time?
So yeah, so every day we get on what they call in WhatsApp. So I'll do one. So it's 3 of us. So every day we take turns and we work each other out. We do cardio, we do stretches. My sister does yoga, and girl, bye. I didn't know I didn't have no flexibility in my body until she started. Don't laugh at me, Yvette.
I'm not, girl. I think we all in the same boat.
Those bones started talking to me, and I was like, look, I gotta do something while I'm exercising. I want to lose this weight. I want to feel good about me. It's not about anybody else, but it's about me. So I said, I'm going to try this detox. And I tried it. I tell you, I don't know where my energy comes from, but 12 o'clock, if they haven't called me yet, I'm on the phone like, where are you guys at? And we video chat. And we work each other out. And I do some videos, I do some cardios and stuff for them. I didn't even know I could do, but I could do it. No, when we first started, I couldn't even touch the floor with my hands because my belly was in the way. I'm telling you. Now I'm getting to the floor. I'm getting to the floor. Not completely there, but I'm getting to the floor. So I'm so excited about my transformation and about just being able to reinvent myself in this COVID virus situation. As much as I've lost people along the way, my mother had COVID virus and it was a touch and go situation in England. And I couldn't even get there because I was here. She couldn't even breathe. But thank God, to God be the glory, she's still all right. You understand?
Amen, amen.
I mean, we've lost people, I've lost cousins and, so on and so forth. But I'm still standing, and I have a compromised immune system. So for me to be in this situation and still not be, to God be the glory, I haven't had it, I haven't gotten it, I haven't had anything that says I've got COVID, nothing. I may have, my allergies are starting to act up, but that's it. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Well, Boogie, let me tell you this. You are so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
And there's no way that you cannot sell your jewelry with the animation that you have within yourself.
Exactly.
We watch here. So you definitely can do anything you want to do.
All right,
especially with that accent, I'm loving it.
All right.
I enjoyed selling paparazzi for the minute that I sold it for because I was able to party with a purpose. So I went to the country club and to events, and I was like, okay, I don't even have to pay to go to this event, and I'm going to get paid for it. But after I started my new job with Fortis, it just became too overwhelming. So that's why I had to leave the paparazzi business. Debbie.
What are we talking about? Career?
Careers, entrepreneurship, and challenges at work.
Okay, well, as I said in the beginning, I'm just finishing my associate's degree in accounting. I have one class left to go.
Nice.
But the thing is, like, this has been a long journey because I started this 20 years ago. And I'm talking to someone, they were like, Debbie, you have such good ideas, but you never do anything with them. You don't ever finish anything. You have good ideas that you don't go after. You don't, what's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, thinking about it, it's like, I need to finish something that I've started. Instead of starting something new, let me finish something I started. So I was like, let me pick up this associate's degree and let me finish this. So thank God, like I said, one more class and I am done finally.
Yes.
But on the other note, it was like, what are you going to do with yourself? What are you going to do with yourself? What do you want to do next?
Mm-hmm.
Because as long as you have life in your body, you can always reinvent yourself. You can always do something new, create something new, on and on and on. So one thing that has been on my mind, because I was talking to Child Care Connection, and they were like, daycare centers are full in New Jersey. We have no space in daycare centers for anyone. So the thing that came to my mind that I think I want to get started by January, I'm opening up an evening child care. I said, because people work.
Yes, honey.
Need it.
People work at night and they need somewhere,
Yep.
put a safe environment for their kids.
That's right.
It was like, just because it's free don't mean it's safe.
Right.
So that is my, and it has been on my mind for a couple years now. And it was like, I needed to finish school first so I can really put my everything into this, because I really do think it's needed. Whether it's you want to go back, my parents want to go back to school, they have to get a second job for whatever reason, or they just work that 3 to 11, 4 to midnight shift and can't take the job because they don't have anyone to watch their child.
Yep.
So that is that's what I'm venturing into.
That's your passion right now, because you sound passionate about it.
Yeah, it has just been on my mind, like I said, for a couple years now.
Yeah.
Yes. And you know, I've heard that so many times where people just, you know, that starting and stopping and starting and stopping. But I like how you had a friend in your life that said, that put you almost in check, that said, hey, Debbie, let's have a conversation. And I think that when we have those girlfriends that are just really honest with us, I also like how you said we can always reinvent ourselves. I think when I first started talking to people, my family even came to me. They just was like, you're kind of always quiet and low key. And so I always tell people, you know, I'm an introvert, but you know, when you want to do something that is God's purpose, you just really have to pray about it and put yourself out there. Mm-hmm. So if you say that, okay, I want to help motivate people and be that people person, then you have to almost like become that person, okay? Mm-hmm. And then some of my closest people, they know JERAIN, but then other people like, okay, you kind of always was sitting in the back. So Yvette knows me when she sees me out and everything. She probably like, JERAIN was always in the back sitting down.
Always. But JERAIN, I remember you from little South Walter. Like, yes, long time ago. Always quiet, always sweet as pie, but quiet.
I love Yvette because let me tell you something. Yvette had a business, and I love this business that she had, and it was bras.
Oh yeah, look.
Yes. And she sold bras for larger breast women, and she fit me and everything. I was like, but what happened to that business?
They went downhill.
Yeah.
Okay. I think actually some of the leaders are in L Boogie's company, the the TCL. Yeah, I saw a lot of those leaders that were in there are leaders in TCL.
TLC. Yeah.
TLC.
Total life changes.
Yep. Okay. A lot of
because there's a lot of money to be made in there, mate. Cool.
Yes. So ladies, we're going to finish it up with this last topic, and this is women's health, menopause, balancing emotional health, mental health, finding peace, and then dealing with the challenges that are going on now during the COVID season. Yvette, I want you to talk a little bit about, because I know you have that background, and help us with what's going on now mentally and, you know, emotionally with people, and then, you know, help us out with just being over 40 and going through those dynamics.
So I know, so I watch a lot of people because my company, they actually create drugs for they're using it for Parkinson's, and they're trying to get it in schizophrenia. So we're doing research now. So during this time, it's really, really hard, but people are really using the different companies to just become aware of, you know, the schizophrenia and the Alzheimer's. Now, Alzheimer's, a lot of people I know, even my friends, they are caring for parents, and it's really, really hard. But there's a lot of assistance out there, and it's a lot of free assistance. It's a lot of websites that people can go to, and if they Google it, you know, if you have anybody in your family that are, you know, that have any mental issues, there's a lot of people out there. I'm not sure if any of you are friends with some of your friends on Facebook, maybe mental health doctors. I know one young lady, Nichelle Jones. I don't know if any of you know her. She's an actual doctor. So there's a lot of help. We just have to research it. And I think people, us as people, we need to maybe get a book and just write down your feelings, and maybe go back after a week of writing some things down. I say, what, a journal? After a week, write down what you went through the week, and just read it. Just get yourself in a mental state to just, you know, everything is going on in this world. You got the different killings at the hands of the police. Get on, I get on the Change Church prayer call. Like, I'm on that prayer call like my life depends on it. I'm you know, if all of you guys are, I'm thinking that all of you guys are from there, but I when I tell y'all, I mean, it's just a blessing to just be able to hear, and the compassion, and, you know, from your leader. I'm saying, write a journal, write down, look back on everything, and just, you know, get peace within yourself. And then, you know, read your Bible, learn, you know, go to the word and pray, and get that inner peace within yourself. Right. And I think that, you know, us as women, you know, we take on a lot. We carry, I know my husband says to me all the time, stop thinking about that, because if I see something or someone's hurting, I take on that burden, and I'm constantly thinking about it. I may, you know, I pray about it, but it's still on my mind. We're human. That's what we do. And we're women, and we're nurturers. And, you know, if my sister or my brother is hurting, that hurts me as well. So I'm trying to get in the place where I just pray and leave it there. And then, you know, let God handle it, because what's the point of praying if I'm not going to release it, if I'm still going to worry about it? So just with the mental health, just pray, maybe write things down, you know, get you someone that you can talk to, you know, because a lot of times we feel like we can't get help from, you know, a therapist or somebody. Get someone to talk to, get someone, a prayer partner, or just someone that you can communicate with, and just, you know, be able to tell them, you know, how you're feeling, what you're dealing with, and what's going on.
Definitely. El Boogie?
Well, in this season, when it came to mental health, you know, I mean, I've seen, you know, because I am a motivational speaker, you know, I am also a minister at my church. So people have come and we've had prayer, they've called me, they've talked to me. But then what I found is when I was going through some stuff earlier part of this, for the beginning of COVID, when everything first started, I was going through a lot on my own. So your leaders go through stuff too, just to let you know. We're human, we go through stuff as well. So, and what I had to learn, my sister said, you know, sis, I'm going to send you this meditation and let's do this meditation together. I'm like, okay, I'll try it, you know, because I'm praying, I'm fasting, I'm doing all that stuff, but still just something, you know, I'm just, you know, and we did this meditation together. She says, just me and you, we're going to do it together. And in the meditation, there was a meditation piece, and then there was also question, and it was 21 days. And there was questions, and I had to really sit down and challenge myself to answer these questions. Some of the questions is, name 50 people that have added or taken away from your life.
Wow.
And I'm like, I don't even know how 50, I mean, I know of 50 people, but people who have added or taken, when I first did it, it was like, I may have had 20 people. The second time I did it, I literally was able to think about my life from childhood to now and think about everybody who has impacted it and who have, you know. And so the questions challenged me. Every day there was a meditation, there was a mantra, and then there was something that you had to do. And, you know, it was challenging because it really made me have to re-look at myself. Who am I?
Definitely.
You know, I'm like, you know, you think you know yourself because you live with yourself every day. But then, you know, I started doing it. I'm like, dang, I thought I forgave that person. Why is that person on my list?
Wow.
So I had to really look at the list, and then in the mantra and in this whole meditation 21-day piece, it's, you know, it says, forgive them. You know, you know, and you go through day 1 and it's all the way through to 21 days. And I found that I was able to sit down and talk to my sister about things that I really probably didn't realize that may still have been affecting my life. So I've done meditation. So I say all of that to say this. I've done meditation, and meditation is good. I mean, and you know, I heard people have said that they're in depression. I mean, you know, I had a young child that was here the other day with his parent, and his parent told me that, you know, he had been hurting himself a couple of years ago, and he's only 14. And God was able to lay on my heart to encourage the young man.
Amen.
To say, you know, you're a prince getting ready to raise into a king.
Amen.
And sometimes we all go through stuff, and God was able to allow me to just encourage his heart and his spirit. And his mother just sat there and looked at me. And, you know, I was grateful that she, you know, she allowed me to talk to him the way I was talking to him, because I said to him, I said, if you ever need anybody to talk to, you pick up the phone, ask mommy, and make sure it's all right with her. And she said, it's all right. And you can get his number. And so she trusts me. And gaining trust to be able to encourage somebody. And we need to encourage our children. We need to encourage our sisters. What you're doing, JERAIN, is beautiful, because it gives an audience of women. I don't know if you have men on here too. I would suggest that in high tea you get some children in here, because children say the darndest things, but they have an opinion.
Yes.
Get them on here so that they can have an opinion and talk about stuff that's affecting them today. And you'll see how this show is going to go.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Debbie?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna try to take hit on all the points real quick, so I might talk a little fast. First thing, spiritually, you talking about a mental health is spiritual. Whatever you believe, whatever your higher being is, the Bible tells us to take it to the Lord and leave it there. It's easier said than done, but it gives you a peace of mind.
Yes, it does.
What we need is a peace of mind. And you don't have to be in the pulpit to be a minister or have a minister title be a minister. We're all ministers in our everyday walk in life.
That's right.
Like Yvette said, she's on a prayer call every day. We have prayer call every day at 7 a.m. Another thing that I do, because I had a parent, I worked for a school, and I had a parent last year who was just breaking down on the phone to me in tears. And you know what I told her? I said, look up Darius Daniels on YouTube. And I gave her the, I said, and watch Boss Up. Start right there with Boss Up. This woman, her son graduated probably 2 years ago. You know, she called me yesterday. She said, I just wanted to check in with you to let you know I'm still looking at your pastor on YouTube. And she was like, as soon as this is over, I'm coming to your church. She was like, because that helped me so much. Because I told her, I said, when I talked to you, you were on the edge. She was like, yeah, I really, really was.
Yeah.
She said, and it helped her so much. So mentally, we have to find our spiritual help, wherever that spiritual help comes from. We have to stay in tune and keep it active all the time. And then as far as other women's health, as we get older, life happens. Life happens, and everything has to be the end all. It just requires an adjustment. Okay, you got arthritis in your back. You got arthritis in your knees. Your knees ain't working right. This hurt you, that hurt you, this and on. It's an adjustment.
Yes.
You don't have to, oh, I can't do this no more. I can't do that no more. No, you don't have to give up anything. You just have to make the proper adjustment to keep it moving.
Exactly.
And menopause, I don't know. Because I've seen people go through that, doing all that, and I'm like, really? Is that what this is? But I went to the doctor last year, and they was like, we're going to test you. They was like, oh, you finished. I was like, really? I have no symptoms, no nothing. I ain't had no hot flash, no nothing. And some people everybody experiences differently.
God bless you so.
So, it's the same thing. Just make the adjustment and keep on going.
I ain't get there yet, but God bless you so.
Yeah, I've had to throw my calendar out the window.
And it's weird because people, there's other women that's out there that says, oh yeah, and they're younger than me and they have it already, and I'm sitting there going, I ain't get it yet, and I'm like, and I'm still just regular, and like,
yeah.
You know, and it's like, come on now, like, but, you know, I did want to, before anybody else go away, I did want to add, do not be scared to go to counseling.
Yes.
Because people think that, oh, if you go to counseling, it means that you're crazy. It does not. It just means that you have an objective ear of somebody who doesn't know you that will give you a real opinion about what you're going through.
Right.
So don't be afraid to go to counseling and say you need counseling. And you don't got to tell everybody anyway. It's none of their business.
Right. Absolutely.
Keep doing, and you go and get the help that you need, because we'd rather see you on here still being impactful for the world to see than to have to bury you tomorrow.
And it also
I'm just saying, especially with depression and mental health issues on the rise. I do disability claims, and anxiety, stress, depression, those claims are coming in fast and furious. People are scared. And alcoholism and drugs, they're taking more and more drugs. They're becoming, they're drinking more because they're like, they're scared of what is the unknown. They don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Exactly.
But the other thing about going to counseling, it also says that you acknowledge that there's an issue that you need addressing, which is, I think, it's the first step to it all. Just acknowledging that you have an issue that needs to be taken care of.
And some people can't acknowledge it because they don't realize that they have an issue. and so, and they can't express it. And going back to music therapy, music is a way of bringing their emotion of how they feel about something, even though they can't express it orally. So that music brings out something that they had back in their mind that finally touches them, and they're able to share it through that music and associate their life with it. So music therapy does that also as far as counseling goes. As far as my spirituality thing here is like, wow, I have, if nobody else has seen it, I myself, I have grown since these 13 years that I have been at Change Church. It has been a wonderful delight and a wonderful movement. And I thank God and I hold on to him for dear life, because he's the only one that can give us life and resource. And I thank my pastor for that, Pastor Daniel. As far as the menopause, I really haven't experienced that yet, but I've been waiting.
Well, good for you.
I've been waiting.
I said, good girl.
When I'm
Good
gonna
for
take
you.
all these clothes off and fan myself, but God has spared me from that also, you know, like, so I've
I
been,
think for everybody it's different, because
yeah.
I have not had any hot flashes or anything. I've just had the irregular, and I've had to go for ultrasounds. I have fibroids, and fibroids running in our family, so I've been dealing with that. And I was just advised from, you know, sisterly, basically they said don't have the surgery to remove the fibroids or shrink
Oh,
them.
just a minute for
Sometimes
that,
they
because
come
I have
back.
fibroids too. And I did go through a burning of them, which
Okay.
is definitely not a way to go. Because once you burn them, they become calcified and they never shrink. They stay the same size.
Yes, I've heard that.
Mhm.
I've heard that. And then I've heard that it comes back sometimes, that myomectomy. Am I pronouncing it right?
Yes,
Yeah.
myomectomy.
Yep. Yep. So I was advised not to do that and just try to just go through it. And during that time, I just, you know, I'm like, okay, let me just chill with my heat pad. I think my heat pad is my lifesaver. That's I ordered a heat pad, and that has been my lifesaver. But just dealing with overall emotional health after 40, I think just going through the ups and downs, I think that has challenged me. I have great sisters who, you know, they just like, I give you a pass because I know you're going through it because we went through it. And so they have given me multiple passes because I've had outbursts, and they're like, okay, we get it. Because one moment I'm like in the moment, the next moment I'm having a breakdown and I don't want to speak to anybody. So, and I think just acknowledging where you're at and just journaling and praying and just asking God to give you strength through it and doing your research. Like, I just been just trying everything. Like I am doing like multivitamins. I do the ISO T. I love the ISO T because it just keeps your digestive system like intact,
Yeah.
and really just saying no. I think that was the biggest thing my sisters and them told me. Like sometimes you're just gonna have to just say no. I can't go out. I'm just gonna chill and just relax. Like when you need that rest, take that rest. And I think that's the biggest thing that I had to learn.
Well, during this time, I'm sure you're getting enough rest
Yes.
because we ain't going nowhere.
So that was the beautiful thing. Yep. Yep.
And it's
So ladies, so before we wrap this up, I just want you guys to share some encouragement with ladies out there, and then we'll be heading out for today. But I just want to just take a moment and say thank you, thank you, thank you so much for celebrating 1 year with me. This has been an awesome, awesome experience. I have learned so much about myself. I have learned to just be very dependent on God, to reach out to women and go beyond what I'm actually seeing in front of me, and just, you know, think outside the box and constantly doing research. Even like with the COVID virus, I was like, okay, should I just stop totally? And then I said, you know what? I can do Zoom. I had some technical difficulties with getting Facebook Live, but you know, I think with everything, it's a learning experience and it's a reinventing of myself and growing. So thank you, ladies, for celebrating 1 year with me. So if you
Thank
ladies,
you.
huh?
Thank you for listening to God and starting this, because it's a platform that's needed, where people can be real and just say what's on their mind. And you have some great questions. So thank you for listening to the Lord and just stepping out on faith and doing it.
Yes, yes.
And thank you for putting this panel together. Uh-oh, am I muted? Okay,
No.
thank you for putting this panel together, because this is an honor for me, and probably for all of us, that you picked us to share this time with.
Yeah, for 1 year.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
for your 1 year, that really was a beautiful thing. And plus, I got to meet new people. I mean, I know some of the faces, but like I actually got to speak to them and, you know, share my time with them today. So I really appreciate all of you, because all of you are beautiful.
Yes,
So thank you for sharing your beauty with me. I mean, because, you know, and so I'll go first when it comes to leaving. Was it the message of encouragement?
yes.
So if I had to leave a message of encouragement, one, to you ladies, continue shining, because God sees you and so do I. And that's what the world needs to see, the beauty in all of you. Continue to shine. And for all the people out there, you too continue to shine. If you see your sister down or if you see your brother down, don't look at them being down. Reach down and pick them up, because they're fallen, but they can get up if you help them, right? And just know that, you know, without, you know, for me, God is the head of my life, and without God, I ain't nothing. But with Him, I could do all things through Him. He strengthens me. So find something that strengthens you. If it's not God, if it's another higher power, whatever strengthens you, whatever you want to believe in it and achieve whatever you got to achieve. But don't sit there and do nothing. You know, be the change that you want the world to see.
Amen.
And you'll see whatever else happens will happen for you.
Yep. Let's just go around.
Okay, so my little encouragement would be what I heard today is if you are rejected, rejection means protection, because God has a way, especially if you believe in Him and have no doubt in Him, that He's going to cover you. He's not going to allow things to happen. He will stop it, and He has another way for you to go, another U-turn immediately to show you the right way and to show you the wrong way. And hopefully you go that right way. So it's protection. He protects.
Yeah. You bet.
Okay.
So I just want to say my words of encouragement is be true to yourself, and let's just love one another. During this time, we got so many forces against us as people of color. We're just going through so much. Just be encouraging to one another and love one another with a genuine love. That's my encouragement.
Amen.
And mine is, we're talking to women 40 and over, right? So like I said in the beginning, 40 is the beginning of you living your best life. It's okay to say no. It's okay to be selfish at times and to take care of yourself first. Because like when you're on a plane, they're doing the emergency, they say you have to put the mask on yourself if you're going to help the person next to you. So just always remember that you have to take care of yourself first so you can help others. Because God bless people to bless people, and we're all in the blessing business.
Yes.
So we have to take care of ourselves first so we can bless and help others.
Yeah.
Right.
And I just want to just encourage everybody out there who's going to listen in and just tell you guys that when you have something inside you that you want to do, something in your heart, something that God is burdening you with, just step out there in faith. And, you know, like they say, we don't walk by sight, we walk by faith. And that is something real. And my two things that I had adopted over the years is grace and mercy. Grace to actually step out, and then mercy when we step the wrong way. And know that if you begin anything and it's in God's name, it will flourish. And sometimes when it's stopped or when it's yielded, is just a time when you can actually reinvent and replan so that you can continue moving on in God's purpose and God's plan for your life. So encourage you guys. Thank you guys so much. You guys were a wonderful panel. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. I love each and every one of you. It was a blessing just to like sit here and get to know you guys a little bit more. Like I see Yvette, I see Debbie. I vacationed with Debbie a couple times. I see El Boogie and I see Anna all the time, but we never really get a chance to actually sit at the table and break bread with each other. So this was a perfect girls' day opportunity for us to actually sit.
I'm excited. So when this thing is over, I hope you get all the women together and we can all just chit chat, hang out.
Yeah.
El Boogie said cocktails.
Yeah, the cocktails.
So that was actually the vision for my 1 year, was to bring everybody together that actually participated in the past, and everybody meet at one place and have one live discussion. So that's something that I'm definitely going to put into work before 2020 ends. And just, I encourage you ladies, just continue to be a blessing. Hold tight to your family. And in the moments that we have, cherish them, because life, what the COVID virus has taught me is that life is fragile.
Very.
And that, you know, sometimes we take it for granted. We take time for granted. And we're like, okay, I'm gonna have time to do this. I'm gonna have time to hang out with this person. I'm gonna have time to call this person. And sometimes you just have to just reach out to those people and call them right then and there. I had a cousin that passed away, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even know exactly what to say to his family. It's like, you know, people always say that you should have the words to say because you're saved, you know God, but sometimes, you know, you're human too, and you just know, I'm just praying for you.
Yeah.
Because it is difficult, especially during this time.
Right.
But thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any last minute words or anything before we head off? Thank you, guys.
No, stay safe.
Stay safe. Yes, stay safe.
If you're gathering, maybe I'll have a cocktail.
We got you, Miss Anna. We got you.
Not nothing too strong, El Boogie.
No. Look, you could do a virgin pina colada.
Yes. Okay, ladies. Thank you guys for joining me. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Stay safe.
Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye.